They're refusing to give me the bear.
I waited on the corner of a Brooklyn street, freezing cold, when I have work in the morning. Honestly scared for my life. I did have pepper spray in my hand. But he...
Oh, I can't believe I got scammed. I can't believe I got scammed. All for that stupid bear.
We got another one here being sold for $3,000.
Because I got terminated from Target for buying the Bearista Cup. I'm trying to become a content creator now that I'm jobless.
Even though we were just here a few days ago talking about the viral Bearista Cup, aka the Starbucks teddy bear cup, and how it completely broke the internet, we're back because the aftermath is out of control. Not only were people literally fighting over this cup, but the resellers and the scammers have come out in full effect to profit off of the fact that a lot of people are obsessed with this Barista Cup. Y'all feeling like the people back in 2007 on Black Friday. And I'm not even being funny by saying that. This woman right here from Brooklyn says that she was scared for her life with pepper spray on hand, but she was still out in these streets trying to get the teddy bear cup.
So I have been obsessed with these bear cups since I saw them, and I was like, I need to get my hands on a bear cup. So I called every Starbucks that it was possible for me to drive to days before these things got released. I found one that was nowhere near I lived, but the manager said employees are not allowed to buy the bear cups or any of our holiday collection unless they are online with everyone else.
Right.
And assured me, my friend called, my mom called, I called. We all made sure, like, whoever's there first, the line gets the bear cup. So I picked my friend up at 2 a.m. We are the first people at Starbucks.
Look at y'all looking happy and cold.
We got there way too early because the workers showed up at like 4:15 and we were still the only ones online. So people start to get there about 4:30 and we're like, okay, they want the Hello Kitty stuff. We want the bear cup. There's 2 bear cups, me and my friend, like, we're good. Everyone's happy. Everyone's gonna get what they want. So 5 minutes before the doors open, one of the workers opened the door and said, I'm just letting you guys know, like, I'm gonna be buying the bear cups and the Hello Kitty plushes, so you might want to try another Starbucks, that we're wasting our time. I said, I've been here since 2:15 in the morning, which you knew, because when I watched you guys walked in to your shift, I told you as a joke, like, I've been here all night, proud, camping on the streets of Brooklyn, honestly scared for my life. I did have pepper spray in my hand, but he didn't care. He just closed the door, didn't care. Mind you, the supervisor on shift said before she was walking in that employees weren't allowed to buy them because of everything with the whole Stanley Starbucks scandal, that employees can't sell it out before the line has the chance to get it. So basically, they kept the doors locked until after 5, and the worker purchased it at 5 while we were outside, which I had video of, and bought the bear cups while it was freezing cold outside watching. So then the doors open. I run inside like a psycho. I'm 26, sprinting to the back. Maybe there's hope there's a bear cup. And there was no bear cup. He did buy them off of the shelf.
26, by the way. Grown adult, by the way. Just wanted to point that out.
So I was mad. They clearly broke a rule. You were not allowed to do that. Employees were not allowed to buy it. You were not online. I waited all night in the freezing cold of Brooklyn. This is, by the way, it's like 7413 3rd Avenue in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, this Starbucks location.
Scared for her life, by the way, with the pepper spray on deck. Not too scared to be on these streets about the teddy bear cup. I'm just pointing out the obvious.
Workers proceeded to say that this worker that purchased it was the first one online. Like, I have video footage and Starbucks has video footage, and we know you weren't there online. Like, come up with a better law. But yeah, they did not care and sold it out before the doors opened, breaking the rules, which they knew. Yeah, so I didn't get my bear cup. I waited on the corner of a Brooklyn street with my friend in the freezing cold when I have work in the morning and worked all day, had not slept, to not get a bear cup. So I feel so defeated and I feel so weird and I feel so upset over this bear cup.
Do you feel goofy? I'm just asking because, so you mean to tell me you had a sleepless night? You was out there stressed, scared for your life, knowing you had to be at work, but you say, you know what? It's the latest drop from Starbucks. This makes sense. I'm 27. By the way, not that it should matter, just pointing it out. And I gotta go to work tomorrow. But this thing here, life or death, gotta be life or death to be on the mean streets of Brooklyn, ready to spray the boogeyman with your pepper spray. Cause you know, nothing good happens at night, but the Starbucks cup, the latest, viral, limited edition Starbucks teddy bear cup. is a need, not a want. And you had to fight for your life on the mean streets of Brooklyn for a $32 cup. How dare they disrespect you like that by not allowing you to get first dibs? It's truly a catastrophe, don't you think? Not that we have bigger problems going on in the world or anything. Not that when people are really scared to be in the streets, when the sun ain't shining, they really don't be out in these streets, right?
I'm striking Starbucks. Still love the bear cup. I hate it, but I love it and I want it, but I don't have it. But if you're seeing this, I hope your bear cup breaks. That's mean. You're a mean person. But we didn't get mugged sleeping on the streets of Brooklyn, so I guess.
And don't bring Whitney into this, because my good sis would have known better. And another comment says, the government just withheld SNAP benefits, mind you. And another one says, all that for a cup that looks like it's from Five Below. This is the one I really like. It says, I encourage folks to find hobbies outside of consumerism. And Starbucks knows the people love a good trend. And they said, it's almost Christmas time. Let's give them what they want. And you see, Starbucks knew that if y'all wanted to fight, you weren't going to join the military. You were going to go fight at Starbucks at 4 a.m. Some of y'all at 10 p.m. the day prior with a lawn chair to get the latest cup. And since everybody's obsessed with bears now, I said, you know what, let me dress for the occasion. So I'm wearing this. Before this whole viral Bearista Cup trend, the only bears I knew was Winnie the Pooh and Yogi. But Starbucks got a whole bear off going on. And a bear off was not on my bingo card for 2025. But in all seriousness, this next story is quite interesting. This is a barista who actually worked at Starbucks. Notice I said the word worked because allegedly she was terminated. It says here on the screen, Starbucks sugar cookie latte using my Bearista Cup. Launch day tomorrow, 11/6/2025. So she had access to this allegedly before it even was sold to the public. And it says in her caption, new Barista Cup from at Starbucks, and then you added the employer. Girl, I had to give you some tips. Launch day tomorrow. Don't forget to grab yours before they run out. And the reason I said, girl, you should have talked to somebody about this first is because it says here in this comment exactly what I was thinking. If launch day is tomorrow, then how do you have one? Now, for all of the mad customers, I say this is a valid complaint. They go on to say, I guess that explains why so many people are being told they're sold out as soon as the stores open because the staff bought them out first. And honestly, in the first video that I showed you all, we did see a lot of this happen. We have many videos like this. This is apparently a Starbucks employee, and I don't know who that man is with him, but people were saying all of the people in the video got first dibs on the cups. And I'm not saying this to put any blame on the employees. I'm actually reading the caption. It says here, woke up early, waited in line, only to see the Starbucks employees buying all the limited edition cups before the doors were opened. I visited 4+ stores and watched this happen over and over. Is this fair, Starbucks? Do better. But hold up, I want to know about the girl who got terminated. Do you think she knew better?
Hey everyone, so I saw my video, got a lot of likes because I got terminated from Target for buying the Bearista Cup. So yeah, I read a lot of the comments and a lot of people are confused how I did not know many of my team leads and how did I not know the policies. Well, I did not know. When I met with my HR leader, she did not discuss not even benefits, nothing with me. I was basically just watching training videos. It was 101. I got hired on the spot. Then I got the orientation. The orientation, they did not went over anything with me. Like not many things. I was not informed as I should be. A lot of people are saying, oh, there's a lot of like things that you did wrong. Well, I'm not saying I'm right. I never stated that I was right. I never said I was a victim. I took 100% responsibility on what I did. And I do accept the decision that was made that I got terminated. I'm not fighting that. I'm trying to become a content creator now that I'm jobless, you know.
Not you trying to... Look, I'm not mad at anybody trying to become a content creator. I don't want to get that mixed up. But what is actually sending me is the fact that she took this opportunity with the cup in hand, mind you. Like, you know what? Content creation is for me. And I don't know if she's been doing content creation, but a lot of people in the content creation field will tell you it's up and down. Do you already have a following? Or are you trying to get a following because you got fired from Target wherever you was working at, over this cup. And I'm all for capitalizing off a moment, y'all. But what if the content creation thing don't work out the way you think it's gonna work out? And you over here with this cup in hand, like it's your prized possession, talking about when you did your orientation, essentially didn't nobody tell you the rules, but it's like, ain't you supposed to be paying attention to the video? I don't know. It's a lot going on here. This comment here says, target employee here. The purchase policies regarding an employee are posted all over the office. Ma'am, they not trying to help you beat the allegations. And somebody here is saying, girl, enjoy your cup. Another job will find you. Good luck. And trust me, I don't wish anybody to be fired, especially not in this economy. But I will say this, social media and the viral trends are affecting people so much that they are getting fired from their jobs. In a time where a lot of people can't afford to be fired. People are being fired for recording at the jobs, for buying merchandise before it's released to the public, breaking company policy. And I would just urge everybody to think about your livelihood. Think about how you will be able to survive if you lose your job whenever you are doing anything that involves your job, your livelihood, how you pay your actual bills in real life, and social media engagement. Because if we're honest, a lot of y'all are doing these things for social media. You're likely trying to grow a following. Nothing wrong with that. But when you mix your job with the two, it can get a little sticky. I don't want to see none of y'all get fired like this woman was here and then say, well, I didn't know about the company policy. That's allegedly posted on the wall, girl. I can't confirm nor deny. But you holding the cup as evidence when you bought it before it was released to the public, Judge Judy wouldn't be proud. And I know a lot of y'all would be like, imagine getting fired over a cup. It's just a cup. And I agree, it is just a cup. But y'all been watching online. Y'all see how crazy people have been going over this cup these last couple of days? I mean, look how y'all are acting.
So, after freaking 5 Starbucks, waking up at 4 a.m., seeing the Bear Cup before my eyes and not getting it because there was a person in front of me who got it, and apparently they only had 1 freaking cup at the North Campus of Michigan, 0 at State Street, and then there were 8 people in Ipsy when I arrived. And then another one, I saw 4 people, and I was like, nah, I'm not lighting up. We ended up in Canton, Michigan, and we were there, camped outside for an hour and 10 minutes in the cold. But guess what? We got it! And I'm so happy. So, after freaking 5...
This how y'all coming. Adults, by the way. Adults. And as if the last Starbucks employee getting fired wasn't enough, we also have the ones online that are just kind of taunting y'all. I don't know if these type of videos are the exact reason why a lot of the customers are so mad at the baristas.
I waited outside of my Target Starbucks for the last hour and a half before it opened. It was a family of 5 and a coworker in front of me. No backdoor methods, no cheating, we got the cup. But then, there's this finance bro looking dude standing far from the distance from the line saying, hey, I'll buy the cup off of you. He says 50, 100, 200, 300, and an elderly lady part of the family said, I'll take 300. So boom, 7:30, 7:45, 7:55, one of the executive team leaders comes out and says, don't come in, don't rush, don't do no bullshit. Mind you, there's now 20 people in line, and this guy is trying to act like he's part of the first 10. Comes in shoving people and trying to rush to the front, and then my manager asks us to form a line, so we do. And this guy is acting like he's behind me. The other executive team leads check on the cameras. They know that he came late. They know he didn't wait 2 hours like all of us at the front. He's all like, bro, I checked my alarm, look at my alarm, I woke up at 5. Brother, I have pictures of you. You did not wait in line. So then he pulls out his camera and he's recording, trying to act like he's in the right, acting like we're refusing service for him for no reason. And I'm laughing at him. And then he was trying to guilt trip one of the people in line, the last person, saying, oh, who are you getting it for? This loser tries telling him, oh yeah, but my girlfriend, she's pregnant, she really wants this cup. In the end, we don't care.
This is a lot. And I just need to know because I came across another video online and something tells me this is the guy that he's talking about.
Not true. Can you show me the cameras, please?
I cannot show you the cameras.
Okay, then how can you not show me the cameras? You're claiming I wasn't here, but you can't even show me the cameras.
And the reason why I'm saying this gotta be the guy is because his caption over here says, I was trying to buy my pregnant girlfriend the Barista Cup from Starbucks and they refused me after waiting since 5:30 a.m. Sounds very familiar with the guy who just had that other story. But I don't know, might be a lot of pregnant girlfriends out there. Ooh, but I hope not.
I'm not gonna be able to let you cut in front of all these people because the other people
Cut in front of who? I was here.
They were
I was here at
already
5:30.
in line outside.
I've been sitting in my car.
In line.
I sat in car at 5:20. At 5:30, I came into line. They could say anything they want because they're not going to get a cup.
I understand.
All right, you
that.
could take photos. You could take photos. You could take photos.
Wow,
I'm not disturbing anybody. Trust me. I'm being very, very respectful.
this is crazy.
Sir, we can't serve you.
They're refusing to give me the bear. I was here.
He's waving.
Same as everybody else in this line. They're refusing to give me the bear. Smile for the camera. Yeah. Oh, Karen. Relax, Karen. They should have lined up at the entrance, not the exit, all right? But there's only one more bear left anyways. None of you guys are getting a bear anyways. You're getting the bear, though.
It's for one crazy that so many people are lined up, but then y'all had people cutting in the line. Allegedly. I don't know if he really cut in the line. That's just what these people here are saying. These was not the comments I was expecting under this video. Don't make me side with a man. And then somebody underneath said, how are you going to attack him for the way he's behaving? Because all I see is him standing up for himself and being respectful while doing it. His pregnant wife deserves everything wonderful, including that little cup. Oh my gosh. Ma'am, that was his pregnant girlfriend, not his pregnant wife. But I understand he wanted to bring back the trophy. And I don't even see nothing wrong with standing on business in principle when you're in the right. Sir, it didn't look like they was giving you this cup. And I just gotta wonder, does anybody feel embarrassed, like secondhand embarrassment for these people? Because when you think about it as a whole, it's still over a cup. I understand people stood in line. Some people might feel cheated. People are using legalities like I was technically here, but I was here in line. And like, I'm not understanding why y'all are acting like this is life or death. And to make matters worse, yes, the resellers are involved. People have been taking these teddy bear cups and selling them online. This cup here is going for the low price of $999. I know what you're thinking, Simone. That's a little unreasonable. There is no way people are buying it for that price. Well, look at this one here. And this is all on eBay, by the way. This seller has 100% positive reviews. He got them going for $79.99 a pop. And though they were only bought for around $32, this seller, for some reason, has been able to successfully sell around 56. Sir or ma'am, where did you even get 56 of these from? Because from what I was seeing, most stores only had like 2 to 3, maybe 6 at the most. How did you get 56? So I said, Simone, look a little further, because where is the Starbucks logo on this teddy bear? Sir or ma'am, did you go to Amazon and get the dupe and now you're trying to sell it to people for $79.99? Now, I don't know. I'm just saying, I'm looking through the pictures. Where is the Starbucks logo? I don't see it. And technically, is this false advertising? It says here at the bottom, 2025 Barista Bear Glass Jar Cold Cup Tumbler with Straw. New limited edition, but I didn't see the word Starbucks on there. So are y'all getting swindled? And I'm about to pull up the Amazon price too. But before I do that, let me continue going through these prices. We got another one here being sold for $3,000. This one here is going for $500 and it says South Korea edition. What does that even mean? Because this looked the same as all the other ones. And last but not least, this is an actual bid that is still ongoing on eBay for the Starbucks 2025 Barista Bear Glass Jar Holiday Christmas Edition. And it says here, y'all currently got the bid at $250 with 34 bids. That tells you how much people are actually willing to pay for this cup so far. $250. Mind you, this cup was only $32. And I know a lot of y'all can't stand the resellers, but I just have to ask, if we know that a cup that is actually $32 can be resold on the market for $250, would you rather collect the cup? Or would you rather sell the cup? Because we gotta be honest, a lot of people need money right now. And if somebody has the money and they're willing to pay this amount and stand out in the cold and knuck a few bucks out in the streets before the sun is up over a teddy bear cup, is it wrong if they sell it for this price? And what's wild is some of y'all are crazy enough to buy this cup for $250 when you could go right over here on Amazon and get you this same looking cup for $29.99. Funny enough, this cup is #1 in new releases, as you can see right here. And it looks exactly like the cups y'all are going crazy over, except I'm not seeing the Starbucks logo. And you wanna know what's also interesting? It says the first date available for this product was November 7th, 2025. It's almost like somebody knew that y'all were gonna act crazy over those limited edition cups and said, hold on, I'm about to make some money. But instead of some of y'all saying, I don't need the cup, I don't need it, you went to Facebook Marketplace and you said to yourself, you know what? Gotta be somebody around here selling the cup. This is what's happening.
I can't believe I got scammed. I can't believe I got scammed! That stupid Starbucks bear cup, right? Obviously, I didn't wake up early enough this morning to get it myself. Went to Facebook Marketplace to see if I can find one for a good price from someone who's reselling it, right? Found a listing, asked if it could be shipped. Person said, yes, it can be shipped. Just let me know where to. I sent them my address. They sent me a picture of them with the bear cup. And then to make sure, I asked, hey, can you send a picture of yourself holding up 3 fingers just to make sure you're, legit. They did. They sent a picture with 3 fingers. Then they sent a picture of them at the UPS store. Well, not them in the UPS store, but a picture of the UPS store. I said, excellent. I'll send them money. I'll send half of it now, half of it after you send me the receipt with the tracking number. They sent me the tracking number. I put it in to track it. It said error, whatever. So I sent a screenshot to that person and they were like, oh, that's really weird. I don't know. Maybe wait a few minutes. You don't have to send the other half just now. You can wait until it, refreshes and says that's shipped to you. Right. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I wait a few hours. I check again. It's still saying the same thing. And they're like, yeah, I went back in and they said that there's something going on with the UPS store, systems are down or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'm believing this girl. I'm believing this lady right now. Then I think about it and I go back to check the listing because whenever someone sells something, it says sold on Facebook Marketplace, right? The listing is still up and I messaged them again and I was like, hey, are you going to change it to sold? It's still not changed to sold, so I think I got scammed. And now I'm thinking the pictures were AI. Oh, it totally was. All for that stupid bear. I never want to see that bear cup ever again.
We as a society, we're just desperate. We're thirsty, no pun intended, because this is about a cup, on Facebook Marketplace. Because though you weren't crazy enough to get up at the wee hours of the morning before the birds were chirping and say to yourself, I'm going to stand in line to get this cup, you said, I missed it. I'm gonna go to Facebook Marketplace, where all the scammers be. Do y'all know how many scammers are on Facebook Marketplace? I digress. You go on there and give them half of the money. No product in hand. And AI is getting serious, y'all. And they done ran off on the plug twice. You steady calling? They ain't calling back. All for a bear. And I know a lot of y'all are looking for a deal on Facebook Marketplace, but this ain't the time. Because the resellers and the scammers ain't playing with y'all. Fortune actually just released this article a few days ago stating this. In this Fortune.com article, it states that people were able to resell these online and the prices they were able to list it for were more than $300 and even up to an eye-popping $50,000. Some of y'all are obsessed. Because why did they even feel comfortable enough to do that? And if we're honest, we know why. Some are reselling the cup for thousands of dollars, and we got other people online getting scammed. They know that people are desperate for these cups. And not only could you possibly find these on Amazon, but there's people online saying, hey, what about this?
You can run right there to TJ Maxx, and he only cost $7.99, okay? Now, I really wanted the Starbucks one, but baby, the hell that I went through to try to find that doggone teddy bear cup wasn't even cool.
And they don't want that, ma'am. I'm just go ahead and cut it short. They don't want that. If it don't say Starbucks on it, if it's not the limited edition, they not worrying about what you can get from Dollar Tree. They not worried about what you can get from Amazon. Some of y'all are, actually. But for the most part, people want the limited edition Starbucks one. It's kind of like with the Labubus. People are like, oh, you rocking the Lafufu. This Labubu over here, that's how y'all are acting about these cups. It's like if you don't have the real deal thing, you can't sit with us. That's how y'all are acting. And some of y'all are so thirsty. Y'all are over here emptying out cookie jars and you're like, hold on, just to get my fix. This is a cookie jar that had animal crackers in it. And it's cute, by the way. But this is actually more original than the glass one. At least it got a little bit of personality and it was huge. But y'all are so obsessed at this point, it's crazy. Y'all are even pulling up to the Starbucks doing this.
To put the iced coffee in here.
I don't think I'll be able to pour it in there, but...
If you take the lid off?
So I can't take the lid off.
Okay.
But if you want to unscrew I don't know if the ice cubes.
That's okay.
Here, I'll do it over here.
That works.
This is a honey jar.
Our times call for desperate measures.
Y'all are just desperate. And you're just like, oh my gosh, I missed the wave. I missed the trend. I gotta do something. I'm gonna come up with a honey jar. And tell the poor Starbucks employee, to put some coffee in there. Ma'am, you already had a cup. This is so performative and annoying to me. I don't know how some of the Starbucks baristas do it, but this right here, I'm like, ma'am, get out, go and get out my line. You doing a lot. My job is to not pour stuff in your cup just because I want it in a honey jar. And I'ma shove the camera in your face, looking at you like, do the little trick you do. You know where y'all pour the stuff in my cup and I record you without your consent, by the way. While you're at work trying to make a living, because desperate times call for desperate measures. I'm convinced some of y'all have nothing to do because y'all did this last month with the pumpkins and y'all at it again. And it's still giving. Do something strange for a little piece of change because they not getting paid enough for this madness. And I know what a lot of y'all are thinking. What is Starbucks saying about this whole debacle with this teddy bear cup? It actually says here in this Fortune article, Starbucks offered an apology for the limited run of the cup, saying it did not expect it to become so popular. It says, a Starbucks spokesman said in a statement to Fortune, "We understand many customers were excited about the Bearista Cup and apologize for the disappointment this may have caused." And if you ask me, I think Starbucks knew exactly what they was doing. I think they knew y'all was gonna freak out over this limited supply and y'all was gonna run out to the stores. And I even think that they might have known, hey, some of our employees might want first dibs on this cup because it's so little of a supply and they're so cute. I think this was all to cause some controversy, and I think it was a great business move, and I think it worked. Now, as far as a consumer goes, sucks for y'all. A lot of y'all were talking about y'all weren't shopping at Starbucks and y'all wasn't going to all these places and making people more rich. Y'all sure gave Starbucks a run for their money because y'all sold out the cups and caused all this commotion online in a time where I thought everybody was broke. People were just talking about food stamps being cut off, people losing jobs left and right, not having enough money to afford what I thought was the basic necessities of life, but yet and still, people had all this money to run out for the Starbucks cups. And let's be honest, all of y'all aren't reselling these cups. Some of y'all just love to participate in the consumerism. And funny enough, Ravi Salni, founder and CEO of product design firm RKS Design, said this: "In rough times, people look for any level of being unique, special. They need little tokens. And if it's rare, that makes it even more special." So it's not just about the cup, it's about the psychology. And as much as a lot of y'all don't like Starbucks, Starbucks has mastered the little treat culture. That one small purchase that makes everything feel special, even when everything else around is so expensive. Even if it doesn't fit in your cup holder in your car. And when scarcity meets social media validation, that's when chaos turns into culture. And it really seems like a community event. You know, people lined up outside the store together laughing. Everybody was having a good old time until them doors open and it's every man or woman for themselves.
They pushed my
Who
girl.
would think of touching like a stranger, you know? Like,
They pushed her. I told her, we got him. We got him.
So if the pushing and the shoving is worth it and getting cussed out early in the morning, I love that for all of y'all. And it's supposed to be holiday joy, but it's really exposing how miserable and competitive consumer culture really is. Because y'all don't love each other. This status symbol that a lot of y'all are carrying around and loving to flaunt online, by the way, also isn't even safe around some of your family because all they see is dollar signs. No, Rihanna.
Buddy, you're not selling my cup. Is that the new bear cup that don't have yet?
Mind you, this says on the screen, when your husband realizes how much the viral Starbucks teddy bear cup is going for.
You're not selling the cup.
He might. So what do we take away from this whole teddy bear cup situation? It shows how far people will go for a little bit of status. We got fired employees, literal fights in the Starbucks store, scams, resales, and a bunch of bragging all over these teddy bear cups. And I'm convinced, Starbucks, you knew what you was doing. But I need to know down below, would you line up at 4 a.m. for this cup? Do you think that this is just a little trend and it's harmless? Or do you think that people are literally obsessed? But we got to start making better decisions today in order to have a better